I think we have got quite an even game, but I am going to be favoring Big in this one. I feel like, actually, they would have seen that 2-0, they would have had that result, and they would have gone, actually, that was embarrassing. We need to work on something here.
And the long flank from Rico towards Heaven, Olymp in second bench. Timing goes against JDC. The wrap not even needed.
In this tier 2 space.
I mean, it certainly does feel like that, doesn't it? Tabson here with the Deagle, though, will find a kill beforehand. Base has been taken, but the fighting is continuing from the T's. They're not shying away despite losing bodies. Tabson's found his second in the meantime. Finally does get put to rest, but you kind of got all of the CTs crunched in here towards Garage. They need to connect these shots, and they need to connect them cleanly. Sure, they've got the man advantage, but health could favour either side. Hyped does get taken down here. Two players lining up. JDC makes good work with this MP9.
Yeah, bursting with the MP9's working well for JDC. Obviously taking down Samey there, I believe. JDC, it's all about timing. Steps ahead though, JDC favoured in this fight. Knife out in as well, but JDC, great triple here. Mentioned that I think JDC was a name.
Pick apart of the defense, but JDC made great work.
What a setup. How has that gone so wrong?
I mean, you're so exposed, though. That's the issue. It felt like if ESC were maybe a few seconds later, Big could get properly set up where they wanted to, but slightly just exposed in no man's land. So it is a 3-on-3.
Contact taken, Tabson with intel of 2, but Olin will take him down. And now Samey under pressure. Tech 9 in hand. Process dropping the smoke on the bomb. Missed shots from Samey. Opportunities now been given here. Process aggressing. Samey gets one more, though. Down to the 1 versus 3 for Process. He isolates the first. Can't find the second, though. Great from Bajmi. And ESC.
Hype's the M4. This is the heaviest hitting weapon. He isn't going to be cleared.
Oh!
How many can Hype find? Taps away at 1. That's all he can get.
That is awful. That is embarrassing. It's always tough, though. You're in those scenarios where you want to kind of line up 3 or 4, when in reality, you'd be happy with 2.
Yeah, that's tough. He gets the dink initially and then goes to the second, hoping he finds the kill. Yeah, it's quite unlucky there. You understand the idea. If ESC do go back up towards A, as JDC's obviously contain that bomb for a decent bit of time. ESC don't have the intel. They could certainly think Big could have doubled up towards that position, maybe.
Yeah, of course.
I think we would have seen a lot of impact from that XM, but it's not just going to come through. Grimbo's probably done enough to keep hold of this rifle.
I don't know, he is getting progressed. It is Samey, though. And honestly,
already 2 down towards the lower side, but it is just a set of dualies and a USP. So this is where ESC should look to try to build some money on this T side. It's near enough guaranteed to be that 4-1 scoreline, which already is a brilliant start for the T's here on this map, but certainly can expect a little bit more.
just a couple kills would be great, but JDC falling. I don't think we'll see another. Release a process, Moonwalker. Yeah, not really the fight you'd hope for.
It's interesting, yesterday when we saw these two teams play, biggest issue for Big on this map was their CT side, to be honest. Obviously, they opted to start there.
I actually think Big need more. I think they're going to have to find more than just 6 here on the CT side. They're going to have to win the half. Crimbo, oh, timing is devastating for Crimbo.
We'll get a kill back there onto Rico, though. We've seen the play down the lower side already. We do have one here in JDC. I believe might have been spotted. Easy kill, though, when Hype's not even looking. Bomb can get planted, and Big, it's another round where I just don't really know if you even want to give it a go. We've got a low speed JDC, there's no defuse kit. You're disadvantaged. I think they are just going to call it quits, but this is going to be 5 rounds found.
I'm going to be too happy, and honestly, I feel like when Big saw who they were facing, they're probably like...
Didn't see the weapons back in play for Big here. Olin looked like he should have been caught out. He does one better and finds JDC. Dawson does well to find one on 1 point of health there. Very chaotic round, just 25 seconds in, and already bombs down towards ramp. Players on the lower site, and a man advantage for ESC.
Hype does have the AWP, but not in the best position for it. It kind of feels a little bit in the open. Obviously, the bomb is down on the B bomb site. Just holding for vent for any rotation.
Yeah, I mean, 6 sort of needs to be found by Big here at least. Otherwise, you are going to be a little bit concerned by... Are we just going to have a repeat of what we saw the last time Season 2 played on Nuke? Just as a bit of a catch-up or a refresher.
I think that's the highest win rate I've seen of any team on any map above 10 maps played. We've got 25 games on it. It's their most played map, I believe. They've only dropped it once. Nice find here, though. Nice. Oh, JDC gets another as well. Process and JDC with the first two. Two-man advantage here. Big. Got to win this one.
Their first and only round. 1-for-1 trade here is not good enough for ESC. Process spots out. Does some decent damage to Olymp, who desperately tries to make his way down vents. In fact, it's Samey to do so. But doesn't get spammed away. Olymp finds one. I mean, damage here would be decent. If Olymp could maybe find one more kill. Can't just have the occasional round in isolation. Rico aggressive here. No flashbang with the Process's position. Makes it look easy. Same be found as well. We see a fast raid play from ESC, but it feels like lacking a fair few flashbangs. There is Tabson. Bashby's going to spot out JDC very soon as well. We'll find the first. Mag10 does find the second as well. Bashby brings a 4v1 down to the 2v1.
Already, this is great damage. And the opportunity of the round. 1 versus 2 for Bajmi. Very much in the realms of possibility, especially with his first being Hype to face. Missed shot from Hype. Swing from the Mac-10. We all know how that altercation can go, but I'm never missing that one. Far too easy for him.
It's thrown. We're going to see the peak. I don't know if that's worthy for Tabson there. It's a dangerous peak when you know the smokes are thrown. Players are going to be looking at that angle. With the M4 going 1-for-1. Only removing a Tech 9 isn't great. The Tech 9 of Bajmi gets perfect on the JDC. It's a man advantage. Mag-10 has dropped down. Olymp will find. Surely not Big.
Obviously for Big. They found themselves a couple more rounds, but Process does need to keep himself alive. And he will go down to the bomb.
Yeah, that's more than worthy for Rico as well. Look, he could have... Process does get one on the Samey. Trapped in front of this Molotov. It's the easy kill for Rico to get. The MP9 of JDC does fall. And now the bomb site starts to get swarmed upon. Tabson finds one, but it is just the lone kill. Very quick here as Crimbo is being held by Bajmi and peeking into the angle. Bajmi comes out on top, hyped. In a 1 versus 3, ESC on track to find 8. The flashbang thrown and Bajmi perfect swing with it. Hype's not able to turn back in time. Moonwalk finds one. It's the low speed Hype. If he can get one before going down, this wouldn't be too bad considering how weak he is. Process here as well has been found and Hype's an easy kill. Process needed to stand tall there.
Yeah, I actually thought Process were going to swing off all the contact that Hype made. Nice find from Crimbo, who will get one, but player on the back of the bomb site.
Just didn't see anything that strong again throughout the rest of the half. Play here from Big towards A. We've got Zeus on Samey will find the first. You see quite a fair amount of them on Nuke, to be fair, and it's the exact same play. And it's a dominant one. Zeus sadly not reloaded for Samey. Crimbo in a difficult clutch here. And we'll get found. Yeah, I think the first time I saw it, I remember Rops was playing it there towards... I do kind of respect that they are looking to play for the weapon round. It's not going to give them a lot of leeway, is it, really, in terms of the amount of rounds that they have to play with in this game, but... You certainly don't hate the idea. Process will find one with this P250. A lot more players left to find, and the one kill would be all he's able to get here as ESC extend to 11. Not only is this the only weapon round you could potentially be playing with here on this T side, potentially map point for ESC. Nice and early here. I mean, obviously, the delays have made this this map a little bit longer, but it's been, in general, the actual Counter-Strike we've seen played has been very quick. Olymp finds his second, and the first T round, Fred, it's fallen very flat.
Yeah, first full buy versus full buy. Maybe not gone how Big expected. What do you really do here if you're big? How do you try and get a positive spin on this map? How can you move to Dust and go, well, actually, Nuke wasn't that bad. I just don't see any way you can look at this game of Nuke with any positives. I feel like there's going to be a tough conversation between the analyst, the coach, the in-game leader, when they're looking back at this game. They're kind of just trying to figure out how to not offend the big players as much as they probably will, because honestly, ESC, we're going to be looking at a 13-3, or we at least should be.
That's where things definitely are looking. Olim's getting aggressive again. We'll spot out one. Doesn't get traded. His process is nearby. Bajmi peeks on out. Will lose his gunfight to JDC. But gets a little bit closer. Moonwalk, is he going to be ready? Or process sneaking below him. He might not be. But Samey certainly is.
1 versus 1, hyped on 1 HP, and there it is, 13-3. A clutch there for Samey. Samey's had a good game, 16 and 12. Raiko as well with 15, Olim 14. A great performance there, obviously.
All the ESC players right now locked in towards CT. This cross is going to be difficult. There's so many players here. Will get thrown across. Absent able to retrieve that. But it's a disadvantage post plant here for Big now.
Ooh.
Oh, what?
He finds him jumping. Olim, what? He gets a third. Hyped 1v4. Taken down by Raiko. Pistol round going the way of ESC.
We'll look out towards middle instead. Tabson flashed out and naded the smoke from the CTs. Nothing spotted.
Smoke here into CT, but the boost is good. Moonwalk will get one. He stays on top of the boost. Bit of a risk there, I can't lie. Samey gets one, though, from CT. The positioning of Olim, Bajmi as well. And now it's Process, 1 versus 4. Bombs dropped, and he can't even find one. Big. They go for the force, but it does not pan out for them. I want to say he dropped about 30 kills, but they still lost. Great double from Crimbo. He finds 3. The trading's very poor there from ESC. And I love the reposition here. Big, it's their first full buy versus full buy. AK's in play.
Very deep here towards B, though, but the smoke indoors will keep him safe.
Absent. Patiently waiting here. Wanting to activate this 2 from tunnels, though. If Crimbo goes down, this round gets pretty difficult.
Crimbo will find one before being found by Olim.
Ooh. You'll be heading into CT. At least potentially heading there, but the resmoke should indicate other things.
Olim's dodged the first. No one's coming out of door. Olim's in a really good angle. He finds the first. The bomb carrier does not go down. The lack of ammo, but Samey's in a 1 versus 2. Finds the first. Drops the Molotov. Forces Tabson back. Fast through the door is Samey, but Tabson quick headshot there. Or Big will deny. Raiko will peek out. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, I don't really know where he goes through that. Olim, he spotted out all 3. Maybe on the scout. Doesn't connect. Doesn't do enough to get the kill. Big, is that 3-3? And they will take the lead now, in fact.
Just responding to everything Big were doing. I do think just the change of maps and the flipping of it is a good idea. But obviously, we are still going to have Mirage if we do get to that third. Rico finds one, is able to double up. Pressure's going to be here towards B now, but there's 2 defenders. Olim finds the first, second player. Can't get the trade. Still got Bajmi here as well. Might not even be needed.
Ooh.
Olim finally is found, but Hype's nice shot. But it's a 1v5 turned 1v4, and just will try to back away with this AWP. ESC do settle themselves and deny Big keeping this streak going. And I don't think Hype's going to be able to live this one. Luckily for him, won't be taken down after time. Olympics are going to drop this smoke now to block Big out of this portion of the map. So Sorby is forcing the T's over here towards A.
Util's going to be sent here though. Moonwalks. Oh, what a nade. Moonwalk. And so much damage to Hype. Obviously taking down Tabson. Flashbang coming through. JDC gets 1. Eking here is Hype. Process from long. Another HE grenade landing. Hyped with the bomb. 50 seconds on the clock. Bajmi. We need to deal with Process towards long. Oh. Smoke landing now. Olymp gonna elevate. Bajmi on the edge of the smoke. Olymp missed shots and Hyped can capitalize. So Big, they take the lead again, 5-4. But he has to activate. He has to go now. He cannot slow up. Flashbang coming through, all to take contact. And now we do still have this flank. Moonwalk activating. Process. Oh, Moonwalk. He's done so much damage. I think that's where maybe after the flash comes through, instead of fully fighting, you look to play it a little bit differently. He's even going to check for him. Never going to realize. How has he not spotted him? Well, tabseN swings with the flash. Does fine. Big secure 6. Off guard here is Process, though. The molly's landing. Force Bajmi out from Gandalf. Bajmi does a lot of damage to JDC, though. Going on the nade. tabseN will find, though. JDC, although he's low, trying to just keep himself alive for as long as possible. Crimbo will find Sammy on that flank.
Rico just continues to dance around the smoke. Another molly towards Gandalf. Rico exposed. The flashbangs are great. Does get found. A Big. It's going to be an easy 7th. Yeah, really not sure about the investment. I think it's a great call from Big to hit towards along that quickly because they've got so much util to block the players off towards short. Oh, the aggression towards tunnels again. We've seen it on multiple rounds. Olymp through the flames, but no one else seems to want to join him, so it's an easy one for Crimbo to find, and the rest of the team nowhere near. Technically, the double from Sammy is good, but Hype find an impact with this up. So much action across the map.
He has killed a teammate in this one. Steps have been heard from Crimbo, and this is why Hype might be backing away.
Here's the ball in tunnels. Rico's got this kill dead to rights. Hype's not even going to have the weapon out.
He wants both. He wants to be in a position where he can find both, but Ryko will. What a clutch there. ESC, they find a 5th solely because of Ryko's discipline.
If they lose this pistol, this will be 4 out of 4 pistols going the way of ESC, and things feel like they are going to be leading that way. ESC, Fred, could win all the pistols here in this series, and when you're a team like Big, who've been absolutely blown out the water on Nuke, you do sort of just need a bit of a helping hand at times.
Unfortunate there for Hyped. One of those kind of too many targets, not enough time.
Shots just not connecting for Process. 4 survivors there from ESC, despite Bajmi being the first to fall in the round. But let's fire off towards tabseN's position. Has spotted out Moonwalk before the smoke lands, so it's an easy spam for tabseN just knowing the timing.
I mean, for Hype as well, swinging on the edge of the smoke. Hype gets 2. It's only been a 1 versus 5. Look, I question the idea of the Force. How long is it going to take them to realize? Oh, well, quite some time, because we've still got players in long. Finally, they put 2 and 2 together here. And Ryko, he's just going to be a nuisance. If he drops into CT, this could be perfectly timed. Looking to hurry and then looking to fight. If they can find this pick, if they can take down Sammy, JDC's got to defuse. Process will find Ryko. These shots connecting, though, for Moonwalk, and he's able to get out of the way or any potential sideline for Process, but he's 2 HP. He's not happy for the fight. ESC victorious. Ryko does so much.
Insane round, yeah, from Ryko there. Everything you need to do. Look, I'll be honest, I wasn't actually a huge fan of that round whatsoever, because it does feel like Big could just realize, okay, there's 3 players here towards 8. ADC in tunnels. We'll clear out Ryko's position. Does find that frag as Bajmi again goes down very early into this round.
Oh, great find from Sammy, though. JDC. Oh, JDC should have been found there. Olymp had an opportunity. tabseN is aggressing here towards top mid. Not tabseN. Process, sorry. Great shot from Hype. Process has been taken down, though. They're aware that JDC was towards lower tunnels. They've just spotted Hype on the bomb site. And that's why we're seeing this reposition out of ESC. But Hype's going to be taking space here towards top tunnels. Huge risk to do with the scout, but won't meet any contact, so he can drop that scout for a rifle if he chooses to.
Obviously, it is unarmored. It's all going to be depend on timing, and Moonwalk does look towards low tunnels. This is the call. Let's head towards B now. Found someone who's just taking all this space. Chances are JDC's not still hanging around. Empty bomb side to push into JDC. Probably was spotted on the cross there.
He's definitely going to give this one a go, though. There's no downside. JDC in the clutch. Not going to be easy, though. The setup's brilliant. Olim dealt with though, and oh, Moonwalk doesn't swing. He's not ready for that. JDC, all 10-second stick. Oh, what a crazy decision. What a ridiculous decision. Steps her. JDC wins it. He wins the 1 versus 2. And look, little moments like that, JDC not only amplifying, but showing.
You want to see a bit more from Bajmi. And he does deliver a kill. He's been the first F most of the time for either team here. Can be planted.
Waiting behind the smoke here is JDC. Very split here a big. I think this is a bit of an unnecessary one, but let's see how it goes. Contact taken here. JDC gonna flash himself in. Process finds Moonwalk, and they're aware of Raiko's positioning. Raiko has had good clutch moments, but not in this one. Is he hyped? I mentioned how in the last game of Dust 2 I saw from him, it was very consistent. I've actually been more impressed with him on the Scout than actually the Orb has had the Scout for a vast majority. Bashmi, he's already applying pressure from middle, but Crimbo's double. Could find a third, but just the USB. Samey will find 2 versus 3 still, though.
That's actually an unfortunate nade there. Won't actually make a difference as Olim will still P, but unarmored. Felt like that nade could have done some decent damage. Samey 1 versus 3, caught off by Process. Or the T side making their way down. Obviously, this could pretty much be do or die here for the T's. If they're not successful, this will be... I've done JDC exposed in middle, but the flashbang's too good. It blocks off vision. I said what he can do in tunnels. Triple kill. What a performance. What a round. Exactly the hero that Big needed. Finally does get put to rest, but Tapson's got the trade onto Bajmi. And another 1 versus 3 from Samey. Again, good decision from Big. Free range of this portion. Tapson's fumbling trying to retrieve a weapon here.
He's giving up his
is aware, but it's a really dodgy angle to try to swing, and that's why Hyped finds with the ult.
We're going to try and snowball here onto the B-bomb side. That is where Crimbo does reside. Nice flashbang, caught off guard. No solo play from Moonwalk. He might go retrieving that AWP, in fact. It's been chipped away at. If you're big, do you even go for this? The money's not great. But again, you've got 5 opportunities. You could close it out here and now, and we've seen what Big are like in the clutch. I feel like they've by far been the better side here in these clutch moments. There's an HE grenade as well on Process.
Yeah, it's not a bad amount of util, so I wouldn't mind it, but Hype doesn't seem interested himself. Although the bullets will find one, although Process does bring it down to essentially a 1v2 from the 1v3 himself, he will eventually back away.
Looking for Samey. Oh, we'll be able to find him as well. Money's not great for ESC either. The fact they're just going to have the 1 survivor makes things really difficult here. Oh, and Bajmi, he does go down because it wasn't planted. I think they've obviously increased the bomb radius on Dust, something that I think a lot of teams and a lot of players have forgotten about. Obviously, you've been able to save towards car even when the bomb's planted on B for decades. Well, not decades, but for quite some time, let's say.
Like you highlighted, money's not great for the T, so the buy's not perfect. It's going to be a big fight here in long. Samey's already through the smoke, but CTs have found kills. Samey goes down, and it's the long play that ends it all. Moonwalk gets 2 back in response, so maybe there's more fight left in ESC yet. Moonwalk, feels like Moonwalk really is doing his absolute best here to win this one, but does get found.
Yeah, the issue is as well is with finding Moonwalk in T-spawn, you're never going to be having him just be alone. Obviously, the only way ESC can find this round is, I think, a shoulder-to-shoulder approach. So they're going to realize that Olim's probably here as well. If he goes for the peak, we'll find JDC, but so much damage taken. There's an HE on Crimbo. There's a Molly as well, and he's caught off guard. Big. They take Dust. ESC, no 2-0 for them. If they want this series, they're going to have to do it on Mirage. ESC's win rate is pretty decent as well, also with a negative T side. So this is really going to be a game of 2 halves. Honestly, Charlie, we could see a 10-2 scoreline, and that's not even going to be kind of guaranteed victory.
Moonwalk will find the first 2. Aggressive here towards Palace. Ammo is the only thing that stops him from finding a third. Remote does get a nice killer response, puts JDC in a 1 versus 3. There's been a quick pistol, Big attempting to go fast out towards A. The util's down, but nothing being able to be found. JDC will tap away for his second, taps away for his third.
JDC dealt with though by Bajmi. Even a heads-up fight there, JDC. What a clutch it would have been. What, a 1v3?
Yeah, you start to believe. After those first 2 kills, very nice and clean. I mean, look at the second one as well.
The issue is the T's can probably cross once they've been spotted. Look, Samy's going to send the HE grenade the second there's any contact, and... Well, I got that dead wrong. So much damage with the HE grenade there. Nice rotation. Samey with 3.
I don't mind just going for the eco out towards middle. This is an early fight from the CT side. Moonwalk and Rico find. Rico gets a double. He's exposed in the open. Surely will get found and eventually is done so. But as the dust settles, ESC man advantaged.
Is going to be heading here towards middle. This is all going to be about timing. JDC going to be spotted. Oh, Bajmi just needs to take his time. I don't know why he's so quick to fire that. Got an MP9 at range. He could have shifted it all the way up, but the bomb has been taken down. Samey, quick reposition. So he can drop the Molotov, and if Samey wants to jump out, he's going to have to take so much damage from the molly. Samey dealt with. Excellent from Crimbo, but Olim. Nice trade there. ESC, they will find themselves 3.
I think we can sacrifice a bit of weaponry to see if we can punish them quite heavily, but obviously they don't have a huge amount of util either, so it's going to come down purely to manpower at times, potentially.
As I mentioned, both teams actually really struggle on the T side, so I think a decision like this is actually far better because it's the idea that you can reset your opponents, you can maybe kind of get 3 rounds off the back of it. So I actually think it's a really good decision, however much risk it may pose. They've got themselves a 3-man advantage now as JDC gets his second. So not only a great call, a great looking round, as they have got themselves in a 5 versus 2. ESC taking a gamble though.
With Tabson chiming in as well, it just becomes a done round there from the get-go, and it's just send all the squad out towards middle.
Tabson's going to be that lurk. Process is backed away. Tabson taken down. Moonwalk finds as well. Bajmi's in a really good position, and so is Olim. This is going to be a great B-hold because they still don't know about the activation, that late play of the boosted player. Olim finally striking. Not connecting there. Tabson's been chipped away at though. JDC having a lot of positive space. Moonwalk has been chipped away at. Another flash thrown. Process finding while blinded though. Tabson coming through, gets taken down by Olim. Samey's going to take a risky play through this smoke. Olim will go 1 for 1. Bajmi finds as well. 2 versus 2 now. Samey still close to the smoke. Bajmi, he's able to find 2 here. And now Process is all about timing. Gets a freebie onto Samey. Potentially the better call would have been just looking to play discipline and contact and try and get your way around him. Oh, he's faking the steps. The defuse can come through and the kill. Bajmi with 3 on the retake. ESC find 5.
Great nade.
The nade is perfect and it popped them all out into the open. Another nade going to be landing. So much damage with utility. Samey finds Tabson. Olim biding his time. Very worried about another here from shore, but it's 4 from apartments. There might be 4 to fall from apartments in a moment's notice. JDC jumping out. Bajmi gets 1. Gets another shot onto Process. It's a Process 1 versus 2, but Samey. Nice opener, though, from JDC. Tabson's flashbang. See that combination of these two. Moonwalk, though, he will find 1, and the lack of a trade or even a swing should indicate that B might be the intended goal. Bajmi finds Process in the process. The man advantage back the way of ESC. This was a 5v4 for Big. Flashbang coming through. JDC. Oh, okay, that's a tough one. For his own teammates, Molly peeking with his flash, but no one actually holding.
Yeah, only round that we've seen win one from Big so far was 5 players just bombing out towards middle. There wasn't a huge amount of utility, so they relied quite heavily just on...
Again, ESC, for these A defenses, they've looked to play quite reserved, but with Moonwalk here in Sandwich, well, Moonwalk's been taken down. What a set of frags here from Big. This is absolutely brilliant. 5 versus 2. Surely we cannot see this round go any other way than for Big. JDC finding Bajmi as well. It is all on Olim. 1v4. Big should get their second hit.
Big for ESC. MP9 on Moonwalk.
A real indicator of how close these rounds have been. You know, 8-1 scoreline, yet the second big get-around victory. We're seeing MP9s in play. We're seeing lack of utility. Oh, timing looks bad for Raiko. Somehow can evade. Sending the utility here. Great find from Ryko, but Crimbo out of Palace will find him. Man advantage once again here for Big. Obviously an 8-1 scoreline looks scary, but if they can find 4, certainly possible. Olim goes 1 for 1. Great trade from Tabson. Samey here in CT. Timing is going to be everything here. Moonwalk just looking to tap on through and take that contact, and we see Samey find. We've got a low HP Hyped. We've got Tabson planting. We've got an opportunity here. And with Moonwalk isolating this fight, it puts Hyped in the 1 versus 2, but he gets the first. HE grenade close to Hyped. The nade down to 12 HP, but fortunately he's on the AWP. Turning from the flashbang, and Moonwalk can find him, so that is a 9th for ESC now.
And it could be a repeat of that. I like the pace that Big are playing with, though. It's super fast. It's really exciting stuff to watch.
Yeah, especially from a side that we saw a lot of discipline, a lot of kind of a slow-played nature throughout Dust. Yes, there was the odd round they went fast towards long, but I think here on Mirage, they're keeping things simple. Whether it can work, though, is the question. Tabson going to get caught off here by Ryko. He spots another towards default. Olim down to 52 points of health. A couple bullets connecting to him. CT has been taken here from JDC. And with Hype posted up on the AWP, it's going to make things quite difficult here. JDC, is he asking for a flashbang himself and a Molotov? Oh, okay. The molly cuts off any help, but JDC gets one and so much damage as well. Excellent setup here. It puts Samey in the 1v3. He's retrieved a FAMAS now, realizing the AWP isn't the kind of recognized weapon for this scenario. Smoke on the bomb. This is his best chance. Just a full stick. Trying to deny it, and the knife will do it from Hyped. Nice round there for Big. Besting, as you've mentioned, they've been excellent on the pistols, and it'll all but confirm the game, the series, and that quarterfinal spot. As we mentioned, the victor here will be facing off against Batera, but Moonwalk into the bomb site. Crimbo elevated, can't even find one. Devastating for Crimbo. Hype's been spotted here towards Market. Short's already been taken, the bomb site fully contained, and Big, they're in a 3 versus 5 retake. I don't believe there's a kit, and if there is, it's deep behind enemy territory, and Big, are they going to make the call to go for the save? What do you even do here? Look at where Tabson is. He's just calling for the save. ESC, they are 6 for 6 on pistol rounds here in the series. And that is going to be double digits for them. Only needing 3 to close this out and move to that quarterfinal.
I mean, of course, without a doubt, this is going to mean we're seeing this force bite. Hype doesn't have armor, so he may as well just try to go for a few more kills, see if he can get himself a better weapon, if that can be done. But JDC and Tabson desperately want to keep this. Kevlar in play, will be allowed to.
I think that's where things could go really wrong. We've got the MP9 rotating in from Process. He needs to find Moonwalk. Simple stuff there, Hyped. It's all about getting the tags. It's all about dealing the damage. But Bajmi and Ryko, excellent finds here. Hype still on the scout, will get another tag. A lot of damage dealt, but kills need to be seen. He goes for the no-scope. I like the attempt. We've got the FAMAS, the MP9, and the scout. No utility, no defuse kit. And time is ticking, and it seems like Big, they're just going to back away.
I think it's really got to be Hero now. Seen them with a nice turnaround sort of in the latter portions of Dust 2 since moving on to that CT side, but just going to be the same call. It's another hit towards B.
But still got Mac 10s, haven't they? Let's go fast. Fully blinded here. Excellent utility. Crimbo gets one, so does Process. Kills not really coming through. Crimbo making the decision of falling to the molly. We see the double from Olim's Mac 10. Down to the 2 versus 2. Olim is obviously very low, so Samey has got a lot of work to do here in this round. Oh, the bomb is trapped now. The bomb is trapped. But Samey gets one. It is all on the MP9 of Tabson. Spotted now. Tabson moving to the FAMAS, aware that Olim could be here. And Olim, he's given up the fight. Excellent HE grenade. Tabson spotted him. Molly landing to the left-hand side. Flashbang coming through as well. Tabson looking for this fight. He's hungry for it. He's the CT, but he's acting like the aggressor, and Samey can deny that. That is 12 now for ESC. Big. JDC. He's taking a risky position. Oh, and timing looks bad for him. We'll just be able to get the one. Ryko taken down. Crimbo, excellent find here through the smoke. Upgrading to the AK, but Ryko again. Crimbo in the Molotov, falls to the flames. Process is low as well. Here towards Van. Disadvantaged are Big. Process, they're unaware of his angle. Spots out the first. Will take down Moonwalk as well. Now they are aware of him. Process does so well. Timing on the HE grenade. How has he been able to evade? What a round from Process. I know he gets a double kill.
Both teams liking much faster plays here on this T side, not wanting to give any time to breathe. Process does not want to follow the same fate as Crimbo in the last 2 rounds and go down to the flames, so instead goes down to the flames. I have no idea how Moonwalk died. Moonwalk was the one who died to his molly. There we go.
Yeah.
A lot of casualties from Molotovs in these last few rounds, but Tabs a necessary kill. Will get instantly traded though by Olymp, as the managed advantage still favors ESC. Raiko leaves Crimbo now in a 1 versus 3, and Raiko will find the final frag. ESC Fred move to the quarterfinals, as we've had a pretty interesting series between these two teams. 2 very dominant maps from ESC, a pretty dominant Dust from Big, but overall it's that 2-1 victory.